see the world differently using a spiritual point of view. That's all very well, but what on earth have faith and trust got to do with working in the moment? That's what we're going to be looking at today. Hello there, my name's Tim Walter. I'm a house healer and alternative life coach. Welcome to the channel. This is where we focus on a practical spirituality and work with tools like mindfulness, meditation and dowsing. And that's what we use to really lever the power of intuition, both for inner harmony and for the benefit of the world around us. If that sounds like the sort of thing that you're interested in, click on subscribe, click on the grey bell icon to get notified every time we upload a video or do a live Q&A. This is the last in a series of videos helping you see life differently. If you haven't already watched the first two, then do click on the link to watch them. Today we're going to be looking at the fundamental foundation stones of spirituality, that is faith and trust. It doesn't matter what you call it or how you perceive it. Most of us at one time in our lives will ask big questions like, is there a God? And from there we have to decide if we believe God, the universe, exists or not. Obviously the universe exists, but whether we perceive it as being an omnipotent presence that is also assisting us in our lives. Such questions have given rise to religions of all sorts over the millennia. Religion is just the organised and structured celebration of spirituality, and one of the fundamental links between both religion and any form of spirituality is the three-stage progression of belief, trust and faith. So these three words, belief, trust and faith, form the foundation of a spiritual perspective on life and enable us to step forward as co-creators of this experience of reality. In order to even embark upon a spiritual perspective, we have to have a belief in some form of non-physical, powerful presence of some kind. Like I say, it doesn't matter how we perceive that non-physical presence. It can be a personality, the universe, or it can be nature itself. It is our belief that allows a whole set of aspects of possibility to come into our awareness. Without the belief as the doorway onto what we might call a spiritual experience, that experience will remain closed. And in fact, it's not even visible to our conscious perception. So without belief, we're not even open to the possibility of these aspects of reality. Whether you're seeking enlightenment or simply looking to find a way to move away from putting yourself through so much stress and pressure, perhaps due to unfounded expectations or an inaccurate life script, for example, then trust will help you feel more settled in your beliefs. Right? It's obvious, isn't it? Belief and trust are inextricably linked. Trust helps us build and grow our belief into something more tangible, something that we can perhaps live by or consider living by. It's the trust that takes us one step to the next. And then one day we discover that we have moved into a state of having faith. So instead of having to trust, we now have faith in our belief. We have largely left our doubts behind. So trust is the tool that helps us build our faith. Then the more we see evidence of change in our lives, for example, the more we see how our choices affect both our internal and our external world around us, then the more faith we have in our belief. And the more we feel able to rely upon it and have faith that our belief system is a path for us to walk along, then the more successfully and the more confident we can negotiate life. Now in these videos we've looked at the idea that we can change our experience of reality by changing the way we react to things that happen to us and the way we interact with everything around us. This is more than just positive thinking. This is an integral way of living life intentionally in awareness of the self as a part of everything around us and as a part also of something far greater than us. To adopt an intentional way of living is to be mindful and be aware of the internal choices we make. In being mindfully aware, we give ourselves a brief moment of now, as we've seen in these earlier videos, in which to consider our actions and our part in that point of existence across all dimensions. The more aware we are, the more we can make a difference to our experience of being alive in this world. We can move from a state of fear by consciously choosing to take subtle steps towards a greater peace and fulfillment. We're not talking about making large earth-shattering changes with each choice that we make. The path for any sustainable change is made up of almost insignificant small steps, small choices that eventually lead to the greater change. And now is the time to evaluate what we believe. If we believe there is a guiding force within our experience of reality, then consider how we might now want to bring that closer to the way that we live. Here on this channel we talk a lot about earth energy, and I encourage you now to connect to the most powerful and the most beneficial earth energy center in your home. And when you connect to that earth energy, which is really just an electrical force, an electrical field, a natural occurring electrical field, but the more you connect to that, then the more you'll be interacting with the world around you differently. That's what these videos have been about, and you'll see that the world is indeed not what it seems. You'll be connected to the divine presence through a mechanism that has been harnessed for millennia to connect our spiritual selves to that which is greater than us. Earth energy is a natural part of our living dynamic earth, and it's an integral link between our intent, our feelings, and the divine forces that create the sensory but illusory external world around us. I do urge you to see the world differently, to have faith in your beliefs and to trust your choices. The world is changing right now, and this is the reason that we're in the middle of this pandemic. It's going to go on for some time yet. But this is the time to reconsider and reevaluate and to become aware of the choices that you make and how they affect your internal and your external world. And if you want to try connecting to the most powerful earth energy center in your home, click on the video that's showing up on the end screen. Take care now. Bye-bye.